All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's probably been a year since I really had to do some major work on my own yard where we keep our equipment. We had some pretty major storms blow through yesterday. As you can see, it came down this side of the paved road up top and it ran in front of this little house, and it cut this trench right across one end of my driveway, and you can see it's pushed quite a bit of material out here, and some of it is actually some pretty big stuff. So you can see, you know, the power of water when it cuts a channel and it starts getting some momentum to it. It's got, even a little bit of water has got a lot of force to it. So if this was a customer's driveway, I would go ahead and cut a ditch line on the other side of the driveway here to carry that water. But since it's my driveway and I can maintain it more readily, I will do what we refer to as just scraping the driveway, and that just means we're just going to drag it back and forth with a box blade and pull old material into that trench. And then in a week or two, when I have time and I'm not working on everybody else's driveways, I'll bring about 16 tons of fresh road bond and I'll spread it along this road, but I'll hug this side, so it'll build the roadbed up about 4 inches, and I won't spread it all the way to the other side, and that way it'll pretty much create about a 4-inch ditch line along that side. I came to the decision just to do a 4-inch ditch because that's about how deep that trench that's been cut by the water naturally is, and that just tells me that more than likely that's as much flow as this little driveway is going to experience unless we have even more major flooding. So I'm just going to push this material back over out of the way so we can mow this yard without mowing rocks. And like I say, I'm just going to demonstrate for you what's referred to as scraping a driveway, and that's just dragging the box blade back and forth. And I'm not going to put string lines out or anything to check grade, anything like that. If it was a customer's driveway, I would be much more picky, but I'm just going to do a quick fix because I've got jobs lined up that I need to get to my customers and take care of them. So hope you guys enjoy this little time lapse, and you give us a call if your driveway has this happen. We'd love to work for you. 828-231-1146. Y'all have a great day and enjoy the video. Okay, so sorry if there's much wind noise. It's been a really windy day on the tail end of all those storms that came through. I just saw an opportunity to describe something to you guys to look for. So now that you've had your friend up the street or Farmer Joe bring his little tractor down and scrape, as they say, your driveway, you need to look at a couple of things. A lot of times these guys, all they do is they'll charge you 50, 100 bucks to scrape your driveway, and it looks good. A couple of things to look for. Number one is you can see some brown mixed in amongst kind of the darker grays and the gray gravel. That is dirt. That is, as soon as it rains, it's going to turn soft, and that dirt is going to be mud, and it's going to run down the driveway and ruin or make more of your driveway just dirt and mud. So you may have a good driveway going downhill, and now you've had mud from your bad section roll down. So the road looks good, it's been scraped. It's time to call somebody with a dump truck or ask the guy that scraped your driveway if he has somebody that contracts for him. And it's time, on a slope like this, it's time to put some road bond down. That stuff will stay on the hill. 3/4 washed stone doesn't have any fines in it, so when it rains, that stuff will tumble and move easier. and also any vehicles going uphill or even coming down, that gravel's not going to be firm, so it's going to want to migrate downhill with gravity. That's one reason that I didn't take this material that washed off and put it back on there. It wasn't wasting that material. That was mostly just 3/4 gravel, because now that the water is what washed that gravel off, the fines that were in the road bond have washed even further down. So to put that 3/4 on back on the road is going to hurt it. Also, another thing, let me grab you here, and right here, when you have somebody scrape your driveway, if you see that there's a lip left higher on the edges than the travel portion of the road, you need to either have that contractor knock that down, because that is something that's going to hold water in. You want that water to be able to get off the road to the side as quickly as possible, as opposed to running down the road. Otherwise, you're going to have a trench cut through. It may be down the side, but it's still going to cost you material in the long run. So since I see dirt on this, I'm going to go ahead and go the expense and run to the quarry and grab me a load of stone and get down on this before it rains again, because if I don't, it's going to cost me more money in the long run, because it's going to wash quicker, I'm going to lose material, and it's going to take more material to replace it. So let's run to the quarry, grab us about 8 tons and slap it down on this and make it good. Okay, me and Wilbur are back. We got a little over 8 tons. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to cruise up the road here with the bed down to compact the edge of the road, and also test to make sure that if I get too close to the edge that my truck's not going to slide off or want to tip over. Then we'll back down and raise the bed up, spread our material out, and hopefully it'll stay away from that side a little bit to leave a little bit of a lip or a ditch line, so future water can just run down that edge of the road and not wash us out. So let's see how this goes. All right, despite all the rain we had yesterday, they were running the crusher today, so we were able to get some dry road bond, which for the customer, if you order road bond, you need to do it a couple of days after it's rained, because a lot of times we don't get lucky and they haven't just run the crusher. And if you order road bond the day after it rains and it is wet, you're paying for a whole lot of water weight. This stuff is just like a sponge, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Anyway, it came out real nice and smooth. It's just damp enough and got enough moisture in it to where it did spread smoothly, and it's also going to pack really well. If it's just bone dry, that stuff's really loose and you almost have to take a water hose or a water truck, and after it's spread, dampen it down and pack it. If this was much steeper, we would want to use a vibratory roller to roll this in, and it leaves it perfectly smooth and it holds up a lot better over time. So I'm just going to jump in the truck here and pack it down with it, and I believe this project will be done. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.